Hey guys, welcome. This is our graphing video. This is a problem we're going to do here in a second, but we're going to just start with some basic stuff first before we graph this. Okay. The first thing we want to talk about is slope. So let's get some vocab down here. Slope, y-intercept. Okay, these are going to be our most important pieces for this next section. Okay, so slope and y-intercept are two very important pieces. Slope tells us how something moves, and the y-intercept tells us where to begin. Okay? With the slope, we have what's called a rise over run relationship. We're usually given some number, and it tells us how much to go up or down, and the run tells us how much to go to the left or to the right. The y-intercept just tells us where it hits the y. So we know where exactly it's going to hit the y-axis. These two things are going to be the foundation for how we start something out. And we're going to use what's called the slope-intercept form because it's going to give us both of these pieces, and the best part is it's pretty easy to find. So the slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Okay? The m is our slope. So m is known as our slope. The b is known as our y-intercept. The reason why is because slope is known how I move my graph, and the b for y-intercept is how I begin my graph. Okay, so these are very important concepts for us. So slope-intercept form, as you notice, it's basically anything set equal to y is our slope-intercept, where m again is our slope, and b is our y-intercept. And I'll be shorthanding y-intercept with y-int. So this is the foundation of how we're going to graph. Okay? Our slope and our y-intercept. How I move, where I begin. So I'm going to get rid of all this stuff, so write it down right now, and we'll talk about it some more. Okay, so here we go. We're going to erase all this jazz. And let's move into graphing, because we need to be able to graph. Our first step is to get into slope-intercept form. So let's write slope-intercept form one more time. That's the form I want. Currently, I'm in this form. To get into this form, I got to get y alone. To do that, I need to isolate y. To get y alone, I need to isolate it, which means I need to get rid of this x. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. We end up with y equals negative x plus 5. There's technically a 1 right in front of you. I am now in my perfect form. Notice that these two look the same, and I'm good to go. Let's go ahead and write out what my slope is. My slope is negative 1, and I always put my slope under 1 because it is a rise over a run. My b-intercept, or my y-intercept is what we call it, is 5. And that's where I'm going to start. So let's start with that first. B for beginning. We go to 5 on the y and we put a nice big point. This is where my graph begins. Then we use my slope to tell me where I go. It says I'm going to go down 1. If it's negative, we go down. If the run's positive, we go to the right, towards the positive numbers. So I'm going to go down 1 over 1 and put a point. I can continue to do this. Down 1 over 1, put a point. Down 1 over 1, put a point. And so on and so forth. And essentially I'm going to get a nice straight line. Now I'm not very good at drawing lines on here, so wow, I can't even hit it. This is embarrassing. Let me try that again. Alright, maybe if I just go fast. Yeah. Oh. Okay. We'll pretend that Mr. Smith is capable of drawing a straight line. We're going to give him one last shot. Okay. You can do it. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, you guys don't know how hard that was. There we go. There's our graph. Now notice it's going downward. It's a negative slope. Okay, that means I'm going downhill. But notice my slope was negative. I had a negative in there. So that's good. Alright, let's look to the next one. Again, are we in our correct form? No, we want to be in y equals mx plus b form. Make sure you're writing this every single time with me. What form am I actually in? I'm in this weird form. So we got to go ahead and solve for y. To solve for y, we're going to subtract the 3x out of here. That's going to make it go away, and I end up with y equals negative 3x plus 1. I now have my two pieces in the correct form. Let's go ahead and write out our slope and our y-intercept. Our slope is going to be negative 3 over 1. Negative means I'm going to go downward, and the positive one means I'm going to go to the right. And my b, my y-intercept is at positive 1. So that's where we're going to start. Always start with b for beginning. There we go, b1 on my y-intercept. Then we're going to go ahead and move, m for move, down 1, 2, 3 over 1, put a point. Down 1, 2, 3 over 1, put a point. I'm out of spots. Well, not only can I go down and to the right, I can do the opposite. Instead of going down, I could go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and instead of going to the right, I can go back 1. So I can always do the opposite if I want. Then here's my points. So let's see if I can get a line through them. Okay. Not perfect, but not bad. A lot better than my last one. Again, notice my line is going downwards as I look from left to right, and my slope is negative. Let's look at another one. Alright, we're going to go ahead and write y equals mx plus b again. And we got to solve again for y. So we get 5x plus y equals 5. Subtract the 5x. We want to get y alone. Notice these are very simplistic. Y equals negative 5x plus 5. Let's go ahead and write our slope. My slope. Now these two forms are in perfect form, right? They look like each other. They're both set for y. My slope is negative 5 over 1. And my y-intercept, b, is equal to 5. So we start out by going to 5. And I'm going to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. Now you don't need to draw these lines in between. I'm just doing it so you can see. Ideally those really shouldn't be there, so I'm going to just go back and erase them real quick. Okay, so those really shouldn't be there. I'm just showing my counting on here. But it should just look like that, 3 points. And then we want to draw a line through them as best as we can. And wow, that was just embarrassing. Let's see if I can undo that. Okay, cool. Let's see. That's better. Not perfect, but we'll make it work. Okay, and there's my line. Again, nice and negative. Alright, last one. I want you to try this one on your own. We'll check it tomorrow. Okay? So try this one on your own. We'll check it tomorrow. And we'll see how you guys did. Okay? Alright guys. Peace out. Home slice. We out of here.